one or two practicals also. Okay, so started recording. So yeah, it is finished. So put a close. It will update here. Next thing, guys, you can see. So disk management. Before going to disk management, the last part we got a slow down system kind of stuff is happened, right? Okay, so because of my virtual machine is very slow, not only because of my RAM and all, even though my RAM is very good, but still it can be a very slow. So one of the thing is update. When it is updating, small kind of stuff like a driver kind of stuff, no problem. But when it is updating operating system related things like Windows 10 version related things, .NET related like this, so it is become very slow. And don't leave like that when it is showing like this. Okay, the symbol it is showing like this, it means it is updated and waiting for a restart. You can restart from here also. You can see this symbol. So compulsory, either it is update and restart or update and shutdown. Means today finished, your work is finished. So you no need to restart again. We have to wait for till it is restart. It is already late. Then don't go to restart. So then go to update and shutdown. Okay, you are no longer using your computer. Just you can update and shut down. You have a time like 1 hour, 2 hours. Time is there. You're still working. So then update and restart. So two things you keep in mind. So when it is updated, so if it is update and restart or update and shut down, do that one. Second one is keep charging your laptop. So that's the two things to make your thing. Now another third thing is also there. Third one is if you see your laptop exhaust means there is a breathers are there, holes are there in a laptop, either bottom or a sides. So look, check that one. If it is giving lot of heat outside, so try to cool it. So try to close unnecessary application in your system. The next one is put some fan or a small fan is also to make it like you can survive in a hot environment, but laptops cannot. So make it little cold. Not required AC. So guys, so don't require ACs because our laptops are made for India purpose only. Okay. What are the sales? The
Sir,
laptop sales in India is India purpose only. Yeah, tell me.
hello, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
Can you explain defragmentation once again?
Disk
Defragmentation, sir. Can you explain it once
defragmentation.
again? Yeah, yeah.
Defragmentation. I will tell.
Okay,
Okay.
okay,
Very
thank you,
good.
sir.
Okay. So you choose update and restart here, or you can click on restart here also. No problem. So what I'm doing is I'll do from here only. Update and restart. So it will take again little bit time. So do not shut down your computer or remove the power connection to your computer when it is doing update. When it is doing update. Okay. So that is I am trying to say the point. Okay. Once update is completed, if you want, you can stop the update related services also. Yeah. So once again, we'll go to defragmentation. So in our drives means, for example, you have a particular D drive or C drive or F drive is there. In your drive, you have a data, right? So when you copy data or you created data, the data is always created in a tracks and sectors of the hard disk. You have a tracks and sectors. Okay. In this hard disk, data is stores in the tracks and sectors only. It's a platter, hard disk platter. Data stores in this platter only, magnetic platter. So what happened? Think like this. Fragments, understand the fragments very simple. One second. Yeah. I understand. So I given one simple example is we are going to travel somewhere. Your mom arranged your clothes in your suitcase, okay, or bag, very correctly, like so one by one, layer by layer, she's arranged in the proper manner. So what happened? You reach your hostel or your room, hotel room, or like you reach your destination. Then you started open your luggage, and then you pull out some clothes, right? You pull out some clothes, you used it. Next day, you try to put some other clothes, and also you are pulling out from there. So what happened when you are reading it or modifying it or arranging it? There is a gaps will create, right? So fragments will be created. So very simply say the gaps. You can say a fragments will create in the data. So, as long as like you are maybe 1 or 2 days, maybe not effective, but if you are using for a longer period of time, definitely fragments will be created. Just I will show you my C drive, how many fragments will be there. I don't do defrag, so just I'm going to optimize. So C drive, yes, C drive is also very big one. Analyze. It will take a lot of time to show you that one. When you are analyzing, you can find how many fragments are there. So how it is fragments are occurring? Because of file reading, file modification, file deletions, data deletions, okay, data rearrangements, the gaps will be created, right? So that's because of that one, fragments will be, what is fragment? Piece, a small pieces, right? The fragments, data fragments will be created. What is defragmentation? It remove the fragments. It remove the fragment means that it will remove the gaps or it will rearrange your data in a proper way. So then the space in the disk is actually the optimal space you will get it. Optimal spaces you will get it. Maybe I will give another example. One is like a clothes is very big. You have a chairs. Think like you have a chairs. You arrange the chairs in a correct order. What happened? In the single row, multiple chairs you can able to put it. If you are arrange the chairs in a different space, like this. So in this gap, you can't put another chair, but the gap is very high. Gap is there, but you can't put another chair. Okay. This is no gap, but this is some gap. There is a lot of gap. It means you can put somewhere something here, no problem. Here you can't put anything. Here you can't put anything. Here, okay, like this. These fragments are take more space consumption in the your data in the disk. Okay, so small means 512, 512, 512, 512 bytes, like a byte sizes, KB sizes, 1 KB, 2 KB sizes of data. The total sum up is become a very big thing. Like there is a space, but you can't put anything in the space. That is called a fragment. Okay. Defragmentation is rearranging your data, so then you will get a lot of space in the disk. So that is defragmentation. Only 1% of is there. It is okay. Only 1% fragments are there. If I click on optimize, then it is become no fragments in it. So that is optimization. Because we are using Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, we can't able to see the color kind of stuff, how fragments are there, how many fragments are there, how they are arranging after defragmentation, how it is look like data kind of stuff. We can't able to see. You need a Windows XP or a 2003 server to see how the defragmentation is working. You can optimize your drives to help your computer more efficiently or analyze them to find out if they needed to be optimized. only drives on or connected your computers are shown. Okay, so that is a optimization. I'm not doing a defragmentation now because I'm working. If something it has become slow down, then it is very big one. Okay, it will take time. Sometimes it is showing in a black color. My virtual machine. You guys understand? Defragmentation means removing the fragments between the data on the disk. Okay, so fragments are removed, means data arrange one. So it will improve the performance or efficiency of your disk. Space in the disk also available. But automatically, because of Windows 10, automatically defragmentation works in background. So automatically it arranges the data in a proper order. So very less fragments will be there. In a olden days, like a XP 98, 95 time, Windows Vista 7 kind of stuff also, a lot of fragments are creating, lot of fragments are there. Okay. So as we know, so like a Windows 10 is a comparatively best operating system out of all other operating system in the from the Microsoft. Okay. What I'm doing is, yeah, disk management again. So I think you got the understanding of what is the disk management, shrinking volume, and how to create a volume in it, what to create a partition like that. Okay. So small thing I want to tell, first of all, MBR. Next one is Gpt. This is a partition types. Okay. So MBR meaning is master boot record. Okay. MBR meaning is master boot record. GPT meaning is GUID partition table. What is MBR? Master boot record. GPT GUID partition table. So when we insert SRT or a SCRT, I don't mind. So just insert a disk, insert a disk system. A disk means fresh disk. It is fresh disk. It means nothing. No, you purchase a disk and you connected it. Okay, nothing. No partition. Nothing you created inside. No file system. Nothing. It is a fresh raw disk only. Fresh raw disk only connected. Okay, your system asks for initialization. Initialization means initialize the disk as MBR or GPT. Okay, next. BIOS based system. Only BIOS based only system. Only BIOS based systems. Okay, only. So compulsory. It is a only BIOS based system. Okay. Okay. So yeah, you have a fresh. So fresh system means fresh hard disk only. While installing OS while installing operating system, by default disk initialize as MBR and UEFI based system. by default disk initialize as GPT. Okay. So that's why when you are installing Windows 10, I told put it in a UEFI, means your framework is UEFI, then your fresh installation of operating system, that time automatically your disk is initialized as a GPT. If your disk is your machine is BIOS based system and it is initialized as a MBR. Of course, it depends on OS2, your operating system. Also, it is dependent. For example, have UEFI plus BIOS kind of stuff. Okay, so I am using Windows 10, Windows 8, 8.1, Windows 10 supports UEFI and BIOS. It means support GPT. Okay, so lower version than that one means Windows 7 and lower. Supports BIOS type. BIOS and UEFI are firmwares. Tells how to start our PC or system or laptop or device or a system. Stores information of system hardware. Okay, so that is also one point. UEFI, unified extensible firmware interface. BIOS, basic input output system. Okay, guys, compulsory know what is MBR, what is GPT, what is UEFI, what is BIOS, what is ROM, what is RAM. ROM, read-only memory. Okay, so currently we are using EEPROM, electrically erasable programmable read-only memory. ROM contains a program called BIOS firmware. It is better now called firmware. So what is the firmware? BIOS or UEFI. UEFI is update version of BIOS. Another question is very important, guys. What is the difference between RAM and ROM? Okay, that is also commonly asking questions, guys. These are all okay. So people will get a doubt what is MBR, what is GPT kind of stuff. That's why I've written this kind of stuff, not to skip what is the matter. Okay, if you are using MBR type, you can create 4 primary partitions. You can create a 4 primary partition or a 3 primary and 1 extended. Extended, you can create a logical drives. Name is number of logical drives. You can create it. Create number of logical drives. Okay. Next, support to 2 terabyte of partition size. Each partition, for example, I have a 8 terabyte of disk is there. For example, I have a 4 terabyte of hard disk is there. I want to make one single partition with the MBR. I can't do it. So I can take maximum 2 partitions. Next, 128 partitions. Able to create it. No extended or logical kind of stuff. No extended partitions. Supports up to more than 2 terabyte and up to 18 EB. 18 EB I took it from the textbook, guys. Mainly Red Hat Enterprise Linux textbooks from Red Hat, Microsoft textbooks, like that only. I took a 18 EB from textbooks. But if you search in a Google or some other resources, it may show 9.2 zettabyte kind of stuff. Okay. Again, megabyte, gigabyte, terabyte, petabyte, okay, zettabyte, terabyte, like that is terabyte, okay, terabyte, like that it will be there. Okay, so it keep up. 18 EB is a very big one, but some people put a 9.2 zettabyte in some places. But I took a 18 EB from standard textbooks. So if you search in a Google, it may shows differently. It's okay. If you want, you can tell that one also, no problem. But for me, this is standard one. Okay, how this MBR and GPTs look like, also I will show you. The first one is drawing way. So what is this? 4 primaries, 3 primary. Look at here. This is a, for example, 500 GB hard disk. Okay. So here I made one partition. I created a partition. It's like a C drive, for example. This is 100 GB. And I create another partition is maybe another 100 GB. Now I'm creating another partition. Now I took a 50 GB. So these are primary partitions. Primary partitions are mainly for installing operating system. Okay. So somewhere if you want, I will put a. So I'll put a install OS in primary partitions. So you can install logical partition, but that's a different condition. Basic disk. Okay, keep it that note point. Okay, so these are called primary partitions. When we use a 98 time, 95 time, okay, that time we first we create a partitions and we make a partition as a active partition, then we install a operating system in it. Okay, so we can create one single primary partitions, remaining are extended, like that we can manage it. So I made a 3 primary partitions, and then I'm creating another primary partition, again 50 GB. If you are using Windows XP or below, if you are using a 2003 server and below, you can create, your options are available. So look at here, guys. 1 primary, 2 primary, 3 primary, 4 primary completed, right? Total space I created here 100, 100, 200 plus 100, 300 GB partitions are created. 1, 2, 3, 4 wise. How much left over here? How much is left
200
over?
200
GB is left over. Now you can't do anything with this one. This is unallocated space and you cannot create anything in this one. So this is a 200 GB waste. Okay, this is called a maximum for primary kind of stuff. Okay, so you can't use the remaining space. So what to do? Either you planned it according to that one. So you have to create 250 as a single primary here, or you have to delete all the other partitions. You have to rearrange it properly. That is called a 4 primary partitions. But what I'm going to do is I'm creating, so automatically from Windows 7 onwards, 1, 2, first primary completed, second primary completed, third primary completed, and fourth one become extended automatically. Or in a old systems, you can create 1 primary, remaining is extended also, you can create it. So 250 completed, this is 250 extended. In the extended, you can create a logical partitions like this, like I created, right? You can create a logical partitions inside. What are the colors, original colors, but just for understanding, I'm putting different. Okay, each one is a logical partition. Instead of creating one single shot big partition, you can create small logical partition for different purposes. Okay, these are all logical partitions. So 3 primary, multiple logical partitions, and logical drives will be created under extended. Only one extended is there. So this is MBR type. Okay. Next, what is the GPT type? You guys understand MBR? Understand MBR or not?
Yes, sir, understood.
Now, for example, this is a GPT type of disk. I created a drive like a 50 GB, 50 GB, 50 GB, for example. Okay. So 3 primaries are completed in GPT. Now I created a 4th one. This is also primary. This is also primary. This is also primary. Like this. 128 primary partitions you can able to create it, and no extended partition. Next, here the partition size maximum 2 terabyte, maximum 2 terabyte of partition size. Of course, we take a 500 GB as an example. We can't create any 2 terabyte here, but for example, your total disk size is, for example, your total disk is 10 terabyte. 10 terabyte. It means the partition size here it is like you take a maximum 2 terabyte, 2 terabyte, 2 terabyte. So 6 is completed. Now extended. In extended, also maximum you can support again 2 terabyte. Each logical drive. This is the extended. So Yeah, now it is completed. This is the thing we can able to create. Here it is not like that. If I take 10 terabyte here, 10 terabyte, I can create as a single partition. I can create as a single partition. See, if you have a 10 terabyte MBR disk, you have to create maximum, minimum 5 partition you can able to create. Out of that one, 3 primary, 2 extended. Okay. In this is a GPT type of disk. You take a 10 terabyte of hard disk, you can create single. Okay. You can create single or a double, like a 5 terabyte, maybe 1 like that. But whatever it is lower than that one, but single also you can create. But here it is, you can't create a single partition. You can't create a total 10 terabyte as a single. So maximum support 2 terabyte. It's maximum support 18 GB. Okay. So this is about your MBR and GPT. So that is a very simplest point. Is MBR and GPT is MBR master boot record, GPT GUID partition. Both are partition styles. If your disk is MBR type, it support maximum 4 primary partitions and generally support 3 primary and 1 extended. In extended, we can create a number of logical drives as requirement. Next one is it support each partition size is 2 terabyte only. Okay, and in GPT support more than 2 terabyte of partition and up to 18 EB partition size it will support. Okay, next 128 number of primary partitions you can able to create it, no logical. So I want to show you that yeah, where is my virtual machine is back or not? It is back. Yeah, it will work. Okay, so meanwhile, without wasting our time, guys, don't worry what I'm doing. Just I want to show you how to add a like if you are added is the initialization the window for that purpose only. I'm doing this one. Okay, so I'm creating a 10 GB virtual disk. This is a virtual hard disk. 10 GB B disk. Okay, save. VHDX dynamically expanding I'm putting to create very fast. So I'm creating a 10 GB for you. I can create a more also, no problem, but I'm creating 10 only. Dynamically expanding 10 GB. One more also I can create 100 GB. 100 GB dynamically expanding VHDX I'm creating. This is a virtual hard disk I'm creating. How to create? I will show you again. Go to actions, create VHD, VHDX, dynamically expanding, browse. Where you want to create? I want to create in a H drive. Okay, in a particular folder or directly. So I'm creating a V disk 10G. So this time I changed my name pattern. Okay, 10G. So dynamically expanding is good. It's not 10G, it is I said 100G. 100 GB hard disk I'm creating. 1 terabyte is also there. So I'm not 1 GB, 100 GB is enough. Okay. So think I attached a disk. Think I attached a new disk. Whether it is virtual hard disk or physical hard disk, I attached a disk. You have a computer, you insert a disk. That's it. You insert a disk. It is showing not initialize. It is showing not initialize. When I right click on it, it is asking initialize the disk. It is asking initialize the disk. Where is this? This point is remote. It is asking initialize the disk. Guys, understand or not? Forget about virtual hard disk. Just I attached a 100 GB hard disk. That's it. Got it? Not initialized. That's the red color mark. Initialize the disk.
Sir, it is a virtual hard disk. We can store the data in it, sir.
Yes, we can store the data as like a physical hard disk.
How much data it will take in physical hard disk, sir?
1 second. Tell me.
How much data it will take in physical hard disk?
Yeah, tell me.
Sir?
Yeah, sorry. I got a call. That's it. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. To installing this, how much data it will take in physical hard disk, sir?
Very good. But actually, if I go that one, it will take time. So no problem. Just look at here. I created a virtual hard disk. I created an H drive. I created dynamically expanding disk. I created dynamically expanding disk. So this is my virtual hard disk file. Okay. So this currently it is 4 MB it is showing. Currently it is 4 MB it is showing. I took a 100 GB hard disk, but still it is showing a lot of space. I have only 75 GB is available. 75 GB is available, but I created virtual hard disk is 100 GB. Because of dynamically expanding, it don't occupy your space in starting. Okay. In these days, you can put up to 100 GB data. You can put up to 100 GB data, but your physical space should be available. Okay.
Sir, it
How
is
much my
73
physical
only,
space is available? Yeah.
73.
75
75.
GB. 75 GB available means I can put in this 100 GB maximum 75 only currently as current situation. Okay.
Okay, sir.
For example, in my physical hard disk, or maybe I copy this virtual hard disk into some different place. There 200, 300 GB free space is available. So I can put up to 100 GB in this one. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Very good. Okay. So guys, it is showing not initialize. Right click, initialize it first. First, any fresh disk you are inserted, either it is a virtual hard disk or a physical hard disk, initialization is there. In the initialization, MBR type, GPT type, MBR type and GPT type. Okay. So you can initialize as a MBR or a GPT. I'm doing GPT first. Okay. GUID partition table. Now it is become GPT. So how do you know? Very simple. Right click, convert into MBR. Convert into MBR. Okay. Now you can create a partitions like your normal hard disk. So I'm creating a partitions. First partition I will create 20 GB 20480. Just 20 GB. Okay. If you want to store the data, also you can able to store. Open. See, it's our iDrive. If you want to store the data, you can store it. If you store a data here, the data stores in this location only. Data stores here only. Okay. It increases. If you put 1 GB here, if you put a data 1 GB here, the virtual hard disk size is increases to 1 GB. Okay, like that only. Here some data is there, so I drive, I'm copying data. It's just very small data. We can't see much difference. Okay, but I put a data in the I drive. Okay. Next. So as we discuss, we can put the data. So ours is GPT, right? How many partitions I can make it?
128.
Okay. It means more than 4 at least. Why it is showing like that? One, two, three completed. The fourth one. One, two, three, 4. Means 5. We'll go to 5. Just for understanding only, you can able to create a number of partitions, either it's physical disk or virtual hard disk. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, like that. You can able to create. If you look at the blue in color, it means it's a primary partitions you can able to create. Because of it is our GPT drive. If it is showing convert into MBR, means it is GPT. Guys understand? I'm deleting these volumes, and again guys, don't do it in a physical machine. You can try in your virtual machine till you got to know how to do it. If it is a GPT, if partitions are created, then even though if you have one single partition also, you can't convert into MBR. There are a lot of command lines also available, but I'm not doing that. So I'm converting into MBR. Now this disk type is MBR type of disk. Convert into GPT. It means now it is MBR type. So what is the rule of MBR? How many partitions you can make it?
4. 4, sir.
4 maximum primary partitions are 3
3.
primary, 1 extended. In extended, you can create a number of logical partitions. So 1 primary completed. Guys, this is a Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10. Automatically, once 3 primaries are completed, automatically fourth one become extended partition. Okay, 3 are completed. So the 70 GB is available. So I want to create another 10 GB drive. Look at it. See, automatically fourth one become extended. This entire part is become one extended. So you can see the color also, extended partition. This is the 10 GB drive is created. This is called a logical drive. See, it is primary partition. This is logical drive. Like this, multiple logical drives you can able to create it. So what happening here? So like this, I created a 6 partitions. Currently, I have a 6 partitions on the one single disk. But out of that one, 3 are primary. Out of that one, 3 are primary, and there is extended. In the extended, I created a logical partitions. Like that, you can create a number of logical partitions in the single extended partition. But you can't create a more than 3 or a 4 primary partitions. You guys understand or not? That is important.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So this is very easy to get it. Like if you understand means virtual hard disk kind of stuff. Yeah, you can. It's a slowly you have to observe and do it, and try to do it in your virtual machines, so then you can able to easily understand. Actually, you can detach it if you don't want it. You can detach it. Not into MBR. Like now it is GPT partition. Creating new partition like earlier 20480 anything 10 GB 20 GB totally also you can create it. So you can open, so you can put some data inside. Like this data only I copied, right? So it's a simple data, that's why. So if you look at here, this is the I drive contains the data. I drive contains the data, right? Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to detach it. Okay, so here it is option is showing detach VHD. Means I removed the disk. Okay, I removed disk because it's a virtual hard disk. I detached it. Where is the I drive? Gone. The original I drive is here. Original I drive is here. This is the virtual hard disk. That is virtual hard disk. Okay, but it is not attached. You keep up data in this one. You want to access the data or you want to put a data. Simply double click on it. It mounts out automatically. See, it is I drive. Where it is? Yeah. See, this is the I drive. You have a data. You can see your data. You can modify data. You can put the data. Once completed, right click, eject, like your pen drive eject, eject it. Now it is gone. So your data is there. Your data is there in the virtual hard disk. So when you want it, you can attach it. You can put the data or access the data, and you can eject it or detach it. That is the advantage of virtual hard disk. And how much data we can able to put it? So it depends upon your physical hard disk, free space, and as well as hard disk you created. How much size you created? 1 terabyte, 2 terabyte, 10 GB, 20 GB you created. Based on that, you can able to use it. That's it for about your basic disk management. Originally, there's a few more things are there. That's very good lessons are there. I are totally today I spend on this one only. Let's understand partitions or not.
Yes, sir. Understand.
Yeah, sir, got it, sir.